What's up, everybody? Ryan Michael Bella here. So somebody asked me the question, what's the best nootropic to take, or what do I take if I, had some alcohol the day before and need my brain to function well in the morning? First I have to give the necessary responsible statement that you shouldn't use it that way. But look, people are going to find themselves in situations where they might need brain performance after consuming alcohol, particularly in a pinch, if something's going wrong or like if you have a meeting coming up that's unexpected, these types of things. My answer is oxiracetam. Oxiracetam is my answer, 100%. I have been in this situation many times. It works, reproducibly, like every time. it has not worked. And I think the only situation in which it wouldn't work well for folks is if they just don't respond to racetams, they haven't figured out how to respond to racetams yet, or the alcohol consumption was too high that their livers won't even, this is theoretical, but their livers either have a problem processing the racetam and their bloodstream won't even put it into circulation. There's a sort of stagnation that takes place in the digestive tract, particularly if you've taken too much alcohol. And that could be because of massive magnesium depletion, which facilitates a smooth muscle of the intestines, or it could be some other unknown mechanism. It could be that the intestines feel poisoned from the alcohol, because essentially that's what you're doing there. But that's one of the, that would be the only reason why I wouldn't see oxiracetam working. My dose is 700 to 1,000 milligrams. In a situation like that, I'll throw down some choline bitartrate with it, typically 300 to 500 milligrams, and probably within 20 minutes, that's it. I'm in. Everything's functioning well again. I may not feel totally normal because I might feel a little achy and icky because my liver's having to still process the alcohol. It's breaking the alcohol down and sending byproducts of alcohol into my bloodstream. Look, there's no true way to feel amazing, at least at baseline, after drinking alcohol. This is a whole other topic for another video, but you can start getting into water enemas and things of this nature, which is basically where you hang a bag. It's like a sort of medical looking, like an IV looking bag, and fill it with distilled water and send it through your large bowel via an enema. And then you force peristalsis, which is the movement of your intestines shuttling whatever waste it has in there out. And then, if there's toxic byproducts of the alcohol that are sitting there, which normally there is, then you can get them the hell out and they can stop reabsorbing back into your body and then having to recirculate through your liver and having to continue your hangover. So that's essentially the extent of it. Oxiracetam, 100%, 700 to 1,000 milligrams would be my position on it. For those that don't respond well to oxiracetam, or it gives you side effects, because I know, some people, like we talked about, not all people are going to respond to cholinergics. Acetylcholine quantities in high quantities or in excessive firing capacities could, I ran into a guy who has some sort of bronchioconstriction as a result of it, because there's smooth muscle all the way from the esophagus all the way down, and the acetylcholine firing was tightening up his muscles, and people get jaw clenching and things like this if they're way high on the acetylcholine firing. But folks that respond well to oxiracetam and perhaps need more good functional acetylcholine system modulation, that would be my strategy there. It is the fluidity racetam, right? It's the many things racetam. It's the focus racetam. It's the logical thinking racetam, but it always is a resuscitating racetam. It's been that way for me over the years for sleep situations. If I didn't sleep very well, I wouldn't take anything else besides oxiracetam. It is the resuscitation racetam, and in situations in which you really got to get your brain back after consuming alcohol, oxiracetam the next day, 700 to 1,000 milligrams, titrate accordingly, rock on. What's up, everybody? Ryan here. Thanks for watching the video. Really appreciate you being with me. But listen, if you're serious about taking your nootropics game to another level, to the pro level, if you're serious about learning more about nootropics and fully understanding how to surgically use nootropics, that Smarter, Better, Faster guide that you see on the screen, that's the guide for you. It's a very powerful digital guide that you can download for any device you have that'll teach you about nootropics, give you a bunch of powerful stacks. That's for new people, and it's for people that have been in the game for 5 years or more. And then if you're interested in learning strictly about racetams, or if you just want 80 plus pro racetam stacks, we lay that out. We break down each racetam and we give you the sublingual and the oral stacks. These are combinations of racetams and a bunch of other compounds that give you very particularly powerful brain states. get it at the Racetam God Guide. That's a digital guide that you can download and start getting access to the information right away. And if you are looking for a nootropic stack that delivers everything, I mean, look, Cortex, our stack, that's our pre-made nootropic stack. We sell it in 12 countries. Wall Street folks, business people, corporate people, nootropic experimenters, everybody else in between, speech givers, I mean, folks that give speeches for a living, get the stack, use the stack, religiously use the stack. If you're looking for an all-out, balanced stack, a stack that an entrepreneur, after 6.5 years of being an entrepreneur and having a lot of demand on his brain created, that's me. That's my stack. Get it at livecortex.com. It's being called the only pre-made stack that works. Very powerful frontal lobe, mental energy, speed of processing, motivation, nootropic stack, basically for productivity. Okay, get all that stuff at livecortex.com. Thanks for being with us. We'll talk to you next time.